reactions in certain cases and move around a little bit.
God! Nice move, John.
Everything is reaction.
Nice move.
They can have a good defense, and if I can move around and kind of disrupt what they're doing in the defensive side, then we got a chance to make a big play. When you get in that situation, you know that you got to make some plays. You got to make great throws. We got to make great catches, and it's a tough situation.
And no one has ever handled those situations with the grace John Elway has. His mobility keeps him from being sewn into the pocket and lets him thread the tightest needle. And that is precisely what separates John Elway from every quarterback who has ever played the game. Uncanny mobility, complemented by incredible arm strength.
Elway rolls left, gets some time. Now the time is going away. Slips the tackle and throws it deep. There's a flag, and the ball is caught inside the 25. Johnson will go to the end zone. A 54-yard touchdown pass.
What he does better than anybody else. He does that better than anybody else.
That fact is hard to escape. And on October 18th, 1992, everyone, from the top row to the men fighting toe-to-toe on the field below, knew there was magic in the air. So when the Oilers scored with fewer than 2 minutes remaining to take a 21-20 lead, they didn't take comfort.
When they scored, you know, you looked over there and they knew that something could happen. It doesn't always happen, but it seems to most of the time happen with John Elway.
We'd beat them in the playoff game the year before, and we were in a 2-minute situation again. I remember a rookie linebacker running by me going, "Not this time, Elway."
King right trip, run 13 BFX zoom on one.
And so then we ended up scoring in 3 plays, and so that was a situation that made it a little more special, and maybe that guy will think twice about saying it next time he comes out the field.
Again, Elway being rushed. Quick pass, caught by Vance Johnson. Breaks to the 30, Vance to the 25, and out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
You know, we're on about the 20-25-yard line, and here they come with the blitz again, and we had the draw called, and I remember Reggie Rivers standing right next to me, and usually he's supposed to delay on a draw and then take off, but I knew the outside guys were coming, and if he beat the outside guys, I knew there'd be no one there to touch him, and so as soon as I caught the ball, I'm yelling at him, "Go, go, 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 go." And he took off and ran, and no one even touched him, and that was another great win for us.
You might say that's an understatement, but that's one of Elway's greatest assets, his poise under pressure. You see, John Elway understands his job is to remain in control until the final gun sounds.
Until that clock says 0-0, no matter what, or the field goal's kicked, or we score the touchdown, it's not over. All you see is really white lines and boundaries. Once you get starting in motion and you're in a 2-minute drill, things are going so fast that you don't even think about it.
Huddle up, huddle up. Come on, Bobby, set a huddle, let's go. Come on, be a leader.
It's my job to get people back in the huddle or back on the line of scrimmage and get things going.
Toss 39, first sound, first sound.
John has that way of gaining momentum. He can just look horrible through a portion of the game.
Take a 1985 game against the Steelers in Week 13. It appeared that Elway's luck had run out, but despite surrendering the lead late in the 4th quarter, he never surrendered his will to win.
And he suddenly gets that fire in his eye, and he's going to put the ball right there on the money, and somehow he's going to get the job done.
Truth be told, whether the Broncos will win usually isn't the question. It's just a matter of how Elway will do it. In this case, a 7-play, 58-yard drive with under 3 minutes to play gave the Broncos the win. But a play-by-play analysis can't fully explain the Elway mystique.
John Elway, at the end of games, seems to put fear into the defenders.
Here we go. We need to take it down and get us one here. Let's get her going right now. Relax, have some fun, and do what we can do.
I've seen some of those games where he has pulled them out in the final 2 minutes, and you're thinking, well, you know, what's wrong with the defense now? And it looks as though they're absolutely terrified of what he's going to do to them, and subsequently he does do that.
Hurry up, hurry up!
Remember a 1992 game against the arch-rival Raiders?
Red!
Elway had played poorly for much of the game, but with under 2 minutes to play, number 7 poured it on.
Blitz, blitz, blitz. Here it comes, and Elway gets away from it. And there's the pass. Marshall's got it. Breaks the tackle at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, down to the 8-yard line.
Trailing 13-10, Elway passed the Broncos down the field, and just when everyone expected the coup de grace from Elway's right arm, he passed on the pass, but got the win.
85 yards in the drive. Took them 1 minute and 56 seconds. They did it with no timeouts.
Way to fight.
With 55 seconds to go.
Hey, that's a way to fight. Big dog, you got me. Way to fight.
Put him in a situation where he's against all odds. Somehow, some way, he's going to make it happen.
Elway takes the snap and drops inside.
No matter what we've done up to this point, just get the ball back and give him a shot.
Pressure, they throw the pass upfield. Jackson at the 25, breaks a tackle, gets out over the 30, the 35, gets a block from Soul, and here he comes down the sideline.
And next thing you know, average players make great plays, or great players make even greater plays, and he's the one that initiates it.
Isn't this the essence of leadership? I mean, John's doing his thing.
Throws the pass for Sewell. It is tipped. Johnson gets it out of the flank.
But he also gets the other guys to do their thing, to rise above. They're tired. This is the end of the game, and everybody makes that great effort.
Steve Sewell just decided to go over the top, and the Broncos are back in the lead.
That is the essence of leadership. Making men believe they can do things they've never done before. Taking one last stand when the body begs for rest. Against the Cardinals in 1991, Elway was brutalized.
Ace left up. Luke 19 double slanted special. Wing 9 on 1-on-1.
Hurry up, hurry up!
But a bruised body belied an unfettered spirit. That the Broncos should have been winning easily instead of trailing with under 4 minutes to play only strengthened Elway's pugnacious resolve.
And foot went out right here. Look at it. That's what it is right there. You're so full of bullshit.
That's when the fear of losing in a situation where you should have been winning and you're not, the fear of losing in that situation is one that motivates you. That's what adds a little bit of urgency to make a drive like that.
Ball is at the 4-yard line. It's 3rd down. Elway gets the play going, sprints to the right side. He's going to run. Touchdown!
Well, I used to always think that the last one I've just seen was my favorite one. Then he comes up with another one that just tops anything that's previously been done.
Of course, everyone seems to have a favorite comeback. Well, almost everybody. You can't really include the Chiefs. They've just been victimized too many times to appreciate mile-high magic. But in Week 5, 1992, everyone had to acknowledge that something extraordinary occurred, even by John Elway standards.
We were down by 2 scores. We were down 19-6, and we needed 2 scores, and I think there's only 5 minutes to go.
5-8-5.
And we really hadn't done much all day offensively, so it looked awful bleak.
What the Broncos needed was a big play, but the Chiefs were determined not to let Elway go deep. So he dissected them with precision and patience.
So Elway taking what the Chiefs are giving him. We still have 1 minute and 55 seconds. Denver has all of their timeouts. Do you believe in miracles?
We need 7 here, and we got to stop it. Period.
A lot of this crowd has already left. It's an uphill climb, but you think they'd learn.
It's never over till that final gun goes off with this guy.
With number 7 out there, you're right. Elway lets it go to Jackson. Touchdown! Jackson makes the catch just inside the goal line and inside the sideline.
Boy, great throw, too.
It was the first time they went to man coverage, and I got Mark singled up on the backside, and as soon as I saw that, I knew I was going to take a shot at the end zone, and Mark made a great catch, and that was the big play that we needed the first time they went to man coverage.
Let's go! Let's go! Turn it up! Let's turn up the heat! Turn it up!
I can see that parking lot out on the southwest side, which is a fairly big one, and there was as many people pouring back in after the first touchdown as there were pouring out just before it. And actually, Dave Logan and I had said, for those of you on portable radios, you're making a mistake. This game is never over.
Never say never! Never say never!
yet. It ain't over yet, baby.
Good kick. We like it.
Oh, this was the stuff of magic. The entire team was riding a wave of invincibility. Thus inspired, the defense rallied and stuffed the Chiefs on 3 straight plays. And despite trailing by 6 points with under 2 minutes to play, there was a palpable sense of desperation. But it came from the Chiefs bench.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is our opportunity to get it done right now with the defense, the best in the league.
And nothing to say about that. You do it.
Nope. Here's Barker punting. Marshall waits, backs. Oh, it fumbles the ball. Picks it up at the 45-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Comes across to the 40. 35-40. Pulled down by the kicker, Brian Barker. He was the last man there to get him.
Oh, man! Are you kidding me or what?
Looking over the sideline, looking at Kansas City, even though we were losing the game, you couldn't tell we were losing the game because we were excited and they were like, oh God, here goes John Elway again.
The irony was incredible. For 55 minutes, the Broncos had been the prey. Now, in the span of 3 minutes, the hunted had become the hunter.
I thought I'd seen it all in last-minute comebacks, you know. I mean, I thought if we have another one, it's going to be similar to something else, but this wasn't similar to anything else because I had resigned myself to the fact that we were going to lose the football game with 3 or 4 minutes to go. And to see him come back under those circumstances was unbelievable.
Elway's got the ball to the end zone. Touchdown!
Well, I tell you, unbelievable.
And the Denver Broncos with another fantastic comeback.
It was cover 5, which would have told me to go somewhere else besides Vance, but the safety stayed inside. Therefore, I knew that I could get the fade outside to Vance, and I was fortunately got good time to throw it, and was able to put the ball in the money, and Vance made a great catch.
John Elway has done it again.
Elway's greatest comeback? Let history judge. After all, if the past tells us anything about John Elway, it's that anything is possible.
Thanks, man. Thanks for doing it, man. Way to go. Welcome back. Outside relation and busting us, man. We got. Was that digging? I was digging, man.
A year after beating the Browns with The Drive, the Broncos were once again playing Cleveland for the AFC Championship, this time at Mile High, where expectations were high.
We're ready, baby. We're ready. A hell of a ball game today.
Pat Boland's prediction proved to be prophetic as Cleveland fought back and tied the game late in the 4th quarter.
We stop them one time, we'll go ahead.
Let's go now. Hold on that football, guys.
By now, John Elway was more than just another superstar. He was building his reputation as a miracle worker.
Pass 94, 8 cutout read on one. On one, ready?
And while a lesser player might have faltered, he flourished.
There was still 5 minutes left in the game, so time really wasn't a factor at this point yet.
Red 98! Red 98!
But we knew that we had to get it down in field goal range and keep the defense off the field and you know, take some time off the clock and hopefully get a field goal to win it. Now that we're in field goal range, we want to get it closer. We want to make it as easy a field goal as we possibly can, and I think that's why you see us come back on the next play with the screen pass, because it's a safe play.
20, 4:12 to go. The snap, and Elway drops to the 30 and throws. It is caught, and Winder's at the 15, trying to run right to the 10, keeps his balance at the 10, at the 5, cuts, scores! Sammy Winder! 20-yard touchdown pass, Elway to Winder. Broncos regain the lead with 4:01 to go.
Sammy Winder makes a great run, breaks a couple tackles, and to see him go in the end zone, you feel so much better about a touchdown than you do a field goal. That was a huge play.
And it's Denver 38, Cleveland 31 with 4:01 to go in the 4th quarter, and I have a feeling it isn't over.
It wasn't. Indeed, while the Elway-led drive had given the Broncos the lead, it also gave the Browns the ball and the chance to rewrite Denver's storybook ending. So as the crimson sky faded behind the Rocky Mountains, John Elway was left to watch his defense take a page from his own dramatic playbook.
Well, it's a championship finish. 38-31 Denver. 2nd and 5 at the 8 for the Browns with 1:12 to go. Kozar to Biner. Biner trying to slip left at the 5. He's at the goal line. Biner loses the ball. Denver recovers the fumble. Biner appeared to be getting close enough to the goal line when the ball was punched away.
Ernest Biner's fumble may be the lingering image from that championship game, but it really shouldn't be. Because the fact remains that it was a John Elway-led drive which had given the Broncos a lead they would never surrender. And for the 2nd year in a row, number 7 had made the championship game his own showcase for the spectacular. 2 years later, in an AFC divisional playoff game, the Broncos were trailing again.
Calling us a Cinderella team. We still got our glass slippers intact. Right. Still got them on.
But they wouldn't for much longer. Trailing 23-17 with 7 minutes to play, Elway proved the proof is in the finish. And in a vintage drive, Elway once again led by example.
It's to Humphrey, back to Elway on the flea flicker. And the throw up the near side for Van. Makes the catch.
Look, come on.
In this bone-jarring game, yards were hard to come by. And scores were even rarer. But as strong as the hits was the belief that Elway would find a way to win. And on 3rd and 1 from the 1, Elway quieted a crowd anticipating the go-ahead score.
Come on, get in there.
Handoff, Brad, dive, scores! Broncos lead for the first time. Denver 24, Pittsburgh 23.
Once again, Elway had done his part. And yet again, the defense would finish what number 7 had started. It was a matter of pride.
Listen out, listen out. Come in here. Get gas in here. Get in here. Get in here. Nickel 5, ready?
3rd down and 8. Steelers at their 20. Snap to Brister. It hits his feet. The ball is loose. Picked up by Hodge, and a big pile-up. Broncos recover the fumble.
In a total team effort, the Broncos prevailed 24-23. And even John Elway couldn't have guessed that a greater comeback lay ahead. Ironically, the score was an identical 24-23. But this time, the Broncos were on the wrong end. And, as if that weren't coincidence enough, the Broncos would have to start on their own 2-yard line thanks to a great kick. It was not an altogether unfamiliar situation.
That's one of the main things I remember about this drive was I remember going, wow, what a great punt.
Damn, they got the ball. We got the ball on the 2.
For them to say it was on the 2-yard, I can remember running on the field, 2-yard line and running on the field going, well, we're going to see if that first one was a fluke or not. And this one was a different situation than that. We only needed a field goal, but it was still on the lucky 2-yard line. You know, deja vu.
Denver at the 2-yard line. They're 98 yards away from 6, but they don't need 6. They only need 3.
That brought up memories, and we mentioned it on the air. You know, Keith Bishop isn't here to say it, but John Boy, we have him where we want him.
I mean, you couldn't ask for more. John Elway has a chance here. It's a long way to go. This game is far from over. I've seen this club move too many times to think it's over.
Hey, D, it ain't over yet, though, baby. It ain't over yet. That's all right, baby. It ain't over. It ain't over, baby. It ain't over yet. 5, hot.
24-23 the score. Elway in the shotgun and in the end zone. Here's his pass. It's caught. Young makes it out at the 24-yard line.
The first play got him room to work and move around back there because he needs that space. That's when we realized, hey, look out, Houston.
However, confidence seemed to fade as 3 plays netted a mere 4 yards.
Damn! It's the game right here, 4th and 6. It's the game. We need this.
Down to a minute 28. Elway, he's got some time. Flushed out, rolls out, being chased. Here's Elway, first down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah! Needed that. We needed that, boy.
4th and 6, and I remember feeling the pressure from the backside, and I stepped up through it. And so when I came out, the first thing that I saw was a first down marker, and it was a defensive lineman chasing me from inside. And I didn't have time to even look downfield. I just saw him real soft and knew that I could get the first down and stop the clock.
You can say what you want to. I don't think I want anybody back there except number 7.
3 plays later, another 4th down.
And this time 10.
16 on 1. On 1.
By now, however, Elway was running in the footsteps of Lane, Unitas, Staubach, and Montana. And the question wasn't if he could do it, merely how.
Come on.
Here's the 4th down and 10 play. Elway's got the ball. John is back, runs up out of the pocket, lets the pass go. It's caught. Johnson to the 40, 35, 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 21-yard line of the Islanders.
Well, 4th and 10, and this one's a little bit tougher. They got a good pass rush from the backside, and I was able to, again, step up through that and get outside. And it was the same defense that they played last time, only this time the cornerback came up to stop me from running, and I saw Vance Johnson over the top. And that may be one of the worst passes that I've ever thrown, but I've never had a guy that open in that situation where I just wanted to hand him the ball, and so it wobbled a lot, but fortunately it got there.
Unbelievable. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I don't think I'd believe it.
Oh, my God. That's unbelievable.
11 breathtaking plays without a timeout in less than 2 minutes reconfirmed the legend of John Elway.
It's all you, baby. It's all you. Yeah, it's all you, baby. Yeah.
I tell you, you ought to knight the guy.
Man, you still the man.
You know, everyone's yelling, everybody's hooping and hollering, and my thinking is, hey, let's not celebrate now. It's not over. Let's make this field goal before we celebrate.
Kubiak will hold. Here's the snap. The kick is good! Broncos lead!
Few have ever understood more clearly that the point of any game is to win.
This place is a madhouse. 76,000 plus have lost their minds at Mile High Stadium.
As the Broncos, with one of their greatest, come from behind.
And no one ever directed his skills to this task in a more dramatic comeback fashion than John Elway.
This guy will go down as the greatest come-from-behind player in National Football League history.
You know, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that, you know, we've had these comebacks, but also I know it's not just me. It's the 22 guys that I've played with. It's a trait that I'm happy that I have, that I'm never going to give up no matter what I have. And I've been fortunate to play with a bunch of guys that think the same way.
It's a great feeling, though. You got to remember this feeling. You don't get these feelings very often. You know, man. These kind of games you love to win. I'm telling you, we can do it here because of John. Yeah.
We're making some big plays and making the impossible in that situation where everything's against you and no one's expecting you to do it, and you get it done. And that's exactly what you play for. That's the ultimate for a player, and that the fans are excited and you're excited. That is the point in time in everybody's career that I think they would like to be able to freeze and be able to draw that feeling whenever they wanted to, because most times that feeling of accomplishment is unbelievable.